think it's such a great space for opportunity. And so Sweet July Books, we were approached by Zando to have this beautiful imprint to be able to showcase incredible authors, big thinkers in a really cool, unique way, and really kind of cater to new audiences and what they might like to read. And so we've been so fortunate already to have some incredible authors. And now with Hali Lee, having the big we out into the universe, it's just feels like it's a really full circle moment. And not only is she an incredible author and just an incredible mind, but she's an incredible human as well. And so we're very grateful to have her under the imprint.
Well, Holly, I want to bring you into the conversation because I know that you've been working on redefining philanthropy. Talk to us more about your book and more broadly about the platform as well.
Yeah. Hi, Carol. Hi, Jess. Thanks for having me on. Hi, Ayesha. I can't see you, but I'm waving to you from Brooklyn. Hi. And we got to see each other at the Time 100 philanthropy thing. Just was it only
Yes,
last week in New York?
it
That was
was.
so fun. So I wrote this book because the stories just were bursting and really needed to be told. I started the Asian Women Giving Circle 20 years ago, and I've been a big fan and cheerleader for collective giving and the power of people coming together around a shared set of values and vision for the world and pooling their money to do good in their neighborhoods and communities. And since I've been doing this for 20 years, I have so many great stories of regular Americans across this country who are doing really cool things with their friends, colleagues, book group mates, neighbors. So the stories, they just needed to be told. And then the context that we're in right now, which is that my sector of philanthropy and social change and nonprofits has been so dominated by very, very wealthy billionaires. And very respectfully, at the end of part one in my book, Carol and Jess, I ask Big Phil, which is my nickname for billionaire, heroic, individualistic philanthropy, to step aside to make some space for the rest of us who have been practicing philanthropy and generosity in groups always.
No, I think that's a really good point. I do think there is this perception that it's only the big people or really, really wealthy people who can really move the needle when it comes to philanthropy. But we've learned, I mean, even not philanthropy, but political donations. We've seen candidates, attract a lot of small donors that end up in a lot of money. Aisha, I want you to come back in here. When you think about what you are hoping to build off of this platform and what you are looking to highlight, tell us a little bit more about that.
Well, I think with the big we, my hope is that we're encouraging people to start these giving circles within their own community, and that this leaves a template for people to realize, one, how easy it is, but how transformational it is at the same time. I remember growing up and, you know, my parents did well for themselves. But what I noticed within the community was that everybody was taking care of each other. And I think that's just something that's become truly a lost art. And that we'd see so much ease within the infrastructure of our communities if we just, reconnect with that cup of sugar model. If you need a cup of sugar,
Love
come
that.
knock on my door. And so I think just that simple message that Holly has put together of how transformational this is, I think is what I hope people take away from the big we.
Well, I think it's a really important point, and I also do wonder, Aisha. I just want to follow up in terms of things you want to highlight on your, with your publishing and with your media imprint. Is in a time when there's a lot of division, economically, socially, racially, diversity wise. It just seems like, we're at this interesting time, and I'm just curious how you use this platform, whether through supporting fictional or nonfiction works, to help maybe, I don't know, create your own narrative or send a different message.
I think we definitely do both. And for me, in the early stages, it was about, well, what do I want to read? What am I interested in
I
reading?
hear it.
What do I want to see who's cool and fresh and like has an incredible voice. And now it's like, okay, what's missing from the market, from the book offering? What space can we fill? What voice can we give a platform to that needs to be heard? And so really, the angle we're attacking it from right now. And we've said from the beginning, you know, there's 4 core pillars. It's food, faith, female empowerment, and family. And philanthropy obviously falls within that family pillar. And so for us, it's how are we tackling that and really um, it's like the I am woman, hear me roar of it all. And will we publish books from male authors in the future? I'm sure. But for me, it's really using my platform to push women forward